crossing on Tahiti. Wind is quite light, but we're at 90 degrees to the apparent wind. It's about 10-12 knots of real true wind, and we're going 7.5-8 knots. So when you're trimming your mainsail, what you're trying to get is to have your tails, the back of the sails, really floating horizontally in the air. XS has come up with this idea of having two mainsail sheets and adding to that a barber hauler on the side. So that means you've got 3 attachment points to trim your mainsail, which makes it quite practical to get the right angle and the right tension.
Joyeux anniversaire, joyeux anniversaire David, joyeux anniversaire.
Yeah. Hey, so it's the beginning of our 5th day, Monday 7th of Feb, so the day after my birthday. Had a lovely birthday yesterday. The kids and Nikki had prepared a few gifts, and I mean, apart from that, we've been sailing between 140 and 150 degrees to the apparent wind. When the wind drops a bit, we lost a bit, so we go to 140, 135 even sometimes, to keep the speed above 5 knots, so we're always between 5.5 and 7.5. When the wind increases a bit on the other side, we go a little bit more downwind. We bear away a bit to 150, 155. We try to play with the waves, to have the waves, coming directly, as much directly from the back as we can. So we've hoisted the mainsail, unfurled the code 0, and we're doing 6 to 7 knots in 8 to 10 knots of true wind, so it's pretty good. We are at between 80 degrees and 90 degrees of the apparent wind, so it's quite a tight angle for the code 0. I think in this condition we could go up to 70. But so the trick is really to sheet it in, and same thing for the mainsail. With the windward sheet, we've let it loose a bit, so the angle is open, but the leeward sheet is pretty tight. So that way, you've got the sail is tense, it's got a tense shape, but the angle is open, and we're trying to do the same thing with the code 0. So for the code 0, we've got the tails at the front of the sail. So on Tahiti, which is XS11 hull number 50, there's a new setup designed by XS with a blocker here, so which enables you to free the code 0 sheet from this winch. Okay, so it's the 12th of February today, and we've accelerated quite a lot, so we're on the north side, on the back of the small low pressure we saw in the previous days. So we've got 20-25 knots going downwind, and we're sailing pretty fast, between 9 and 10 knots. We've got one reef in the mainsail and code 0. Yesterday we had just the jib, but we decided to unfurl the code 0 this morning, so the boat serves better, and we're definitely picking up a lot of speed. The only thing we're missing is the sun. I hope it's gonna come soon, as soon as this low pressure completely disappears. For the moment it looks a bit gloomy, but it's actually more fun to be on board, and I'm happy to see people sailing so well. morning. It's Sunday 13th of Feb. Blowing a bit hard this morning, between 25 and 30. So the sea is definitely gotten bigger. I think we made the right choice before dinner yesterday. We furled on the Code Zero and we established the two sail, the jib and the mainsail in a butterfly. We've got one reef in the mainsail, and that way we're really going straight down the wave without much angle, which makes it easier for the autopilot and more comfortable inside. And also we are closer to the direct route, so even though we initially lost a bit of speed, in terms of velocity made good, which is how fast we are going to Martinique, it's actually better. There's often just about sunrise an acceleration in the wind, and it drops after, so I think we'll wait like an hour or two. If it stays at 30, definitely we'll put the second reef in. The sun is going to rise soon. Really looks like we're in the tradewinds now, with kind of clouds coming from behind, those clouds that are typical from the tradewind. And it's getting much warmer. So we've actually created a much simpler system for the jib preventer that enables us to have the sail wing on wing, which is perfect in this really dead downwind condition. And it's now working with just one rope, starting from the block on the side of the boat, going onto the sail, back to the block. And on starboard we've got the mainsail halyard, the mainsail reef, the mainsail sheet and the jib sheet. It's actually very convenient to have everything in one place. So we've put marks on all the lines. So on the halyard at the full up position, reef 1 and reef 2. So you can see exactly, you don't have to look at anything. You can just see on the halyard whether you're at the reef position or not. Hey, so today it's the 18th of February. So that's about 16 days we've been at sea, and we're 700 miles from Martinique. Still a few days to go, but it's really lovely sailing. We've got the wind from the back, the waves from the back, and the boat is just surfing down the wave gently. And a lot of sun. So it's a pleasure to steer the boat. Every day at the same time, I put our log information on the logbook. That's quite useful. So first, if I want to see what we did in a few months, I can come back to this book. And also, if anything happens, we know where we were and what's happening, how much wind we had, how the sea was, everything. It's a nice exercise as well. And then I put all that, I put the position on the paper chart. I'll show you, it's got lots of advantages. So obviously nowadays we sail with the electronic charts, but it's a good exercise. It shows you really on a bigger picture where we are on the ocean. There's plenty of details you see on the paper chart you don't see on the electronic chart unless you zoom in a lot, which you don't do when you're crossing the ocean. And also, if we've got a problem with the electronics, we can know where, the last time we put our position on the chart here where we were. so it's easy to keep the same route and arrive to our destination. Hello, we're on the 22nd of Feb, about 260 miles from Martinique, so we should arrive in 48 hours, the last 2 days of the transatlantic crossing. And we have very little wind. We've got about 7 knots true wind directly from our back if you want to stay on the direct course. So we've got basically we have two choices, either putting the engine and going on the direct course, but it's a bit sad, or luffing and jibing, which we've been doing over the past 2 days, but we're making the route much longer. So our speed to which we go to Martinique is very slow. So this morning we've decided to try something new. We've put the Code Zero in wing on wing with the mainsail, and it works pretty well. I'm not sure it would work well in heavy winds, but in this very light breeze, it's working quite nicely. So we have about 7.5 knots of true wind, and we're doing 4.5 to 5 knots directly towards Martinique. So it's pretty good, and the boat is very stable and feels good like that.